Yo, what is going on, guys? Bruin Steel here, and welcome back to another YouTube video. And I just want to apologize for the late video. I think my last video was 3 weeks ago. I went to Argentina for vacation, and ever since then, I've been pretty busy. If you guys don't know, me and Canadian Yorker has halted our WWE broadcasts that we do all the time, so we're both pretty busy actually, so we halted that for a bit, and then hopefully we can find a time to do it again. But right now it's just been a busy time of the year. Hope you guys are enjoying 2025. We're halfway to 2026, to be honest. But anyways, as you can see my shirt, Celtics NBA champions 2023 to 24, and I got a championship Celtics shirt as well. This is new. I ordered it online. But yeah, I haven't really, like I said, it's been a busy last couple of months or year. I haven't really done a Celtics video. Usually I do Celtics post-game videos in the playoffs, but obviously NBA season is over, so there's a lot that I want to get off my chest. First off, Boston Celtics, just want to talk about them real quick. Obviously, I'm happy they won. They won in 2024, obviously, beating the Dallas Mavericks. And, this past season, man, we were great, man. Look, we played great, but it wasn't enough. We ended up losing to the New York Knicks, and I believe 6 games in the second round or something, the semifinals. The first 2 games, man, we were up by a bunch. We were up by a bunch in games 1 and 2, and we choked. The New York Knicks were the better team. I mean, they got hell of a team. I actually live in New York, so. But Jalen Brunson, man, for the New York Knicks, he's a beast. Obviously, I want to give a huge shout out to the Knicks fans. Obviously, I know I'm late, but I haven't, like I said, I haven't done a Celtics video in so long. But shout out to the Knicks fans. Shout out to my good friend Jason. He's a huge Knicks fan. Congratulations. I know it's a little bit late. The Knicks, they beat the Celtics. It was a matchup that everyone wanted to see. I mean, even last year, we almost had a Celtics and Knicks series. But no, the Pacers beat them. And once again, this past season, the Pacers beat the Knicks. But the Celtics, man, they had a good run. I mean, they won the championship. That's all that matters. I mean, this past season, I mean, we played great, but, we took care of the Magic in 5 games in the first round. Semifinals didn't go over well. Obviously, like I said, that series, we had games 1 and 2, but we just choked it away. That's just the thing. You fuck up that at home, and it's like hard to come back. I mean, that's just that. But congratulations to the Knicks fans. Like I said, I'm a little bit late. I'm really late on congratulating the Knicks fans here, on YouTube. So, man, anyways, talking about this whole NBA season, Celtics lost the second round against the Knicks. The Knicks went on to play the Pacers in a rematch. For some reason, the Knicks can't beat the Pacers. You got, the Pacers, they're a hell of a team. They got Tyree Hampton, whatever his name is. But shout out to the NBA champions this year, man. The Oklahoma City Thunder. I believe it's their first NBA title. They have never won an NBA title until this year. The Oklahoma City Thunder, they defeat the Indiana Pacers in 7 games. And shout out to all the Thunder fans out there. Shout out to all the OKC fans. Congratulations on winning the NBA championship. Congratulations on winning the NBA championship. You guys deserve it. First ever NBA championship for the Thunder, man. You guys deserve it. That's just that. But I just want to talk about what has been happening. Obviously, we saw Jason Tatum. I want to talk about Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown. Obviously, we saw, I think it was like Game 6 of the Knicks. It was either Game 5 or 6. Jason Tatum went out with Achilles injury that required surgery. Jaylen Brown also went down with an injury. So both of our star players went down with injuries in that Knicks series. Jalen. I think Jason Tatum. Excuse me. I think Jason Tatum took the worst of it. I think he had a torn ACL. I think it was Achilles injury that required surgery. There's rumors that Jason Tatum might not play next season. Jaylen Brown suffered an injury as well, so that sucked for the Celtics. And there's some news that happened during the offseason, obviously. I haven't done a Bruins video in so long, but they have had one of the worst seasons ever, the Bruins. But the Celtics, man, they traded away some of our players. I want to start off with Drew Holiday. Drew Holiday was amazing. He had injuries though, especially Chris Porzingis. He had injuries. I believe, yes, we traded Drew Holiday to the Trailblazers. We traded away Porzingis to the Atlanta Hawks. Porzingis, man, I love him. I was kind of shocked about the trade, but man, Porzingis, man, he had health issues, he had injury issues. I mean, he barely played for us. That's the thing. And Luke Cornett, man, this is a guy that I love. I mean, these are bench players that I want to see rise in this team in this league. But then they always leave. Like Taco Fall, man, he could have been a great player for us, but no, he only played in garbage time. He only played in garbage time, man. But Luke Cornett gets traded. We trade Luke Cornett, I think, to the San Antonio Spurs. I have to look it up, man. But we get rid of Drew Holiday. We get rid of Porzingis. We get rid of Luke Cornett. That's just that. And obviously, we got some players in return. Derek White might get traded. I mean, we're getting rid of these players, man. It just, goddamn. But who did we get? I know we got like George Negan, whatever his name is. I forgot what his name. I don't know what the fuck his name is. But Jaylen Brown, man, they're saying Jaylen Brown might get traded. That's gonna be a blow, to be honest. So Kristaps Porzingis to Atlanta, Drew Holiday to Portland. Jaylen Brown and Derek White might get traded. It's just chaos, man. Look, I'm not gonna talk about the Bruins. Obviously the Bruins got rid of most of their good players. Obviously I'm not going to here to talk about the Bruins, but we lost Luke Cornett. We got Luka Garla. I mean, he's a third string guy backup at base, but that's just that. I don't know if Jaylen Brown's going to be traded. That's just going to be a blow. I love Jaylen Brown. Like I said, Jason Tatum, the injury was brutal. There's a chance that Jason Tatum might not be able to play this coming season. So the Celtics might just not even make the playoffs. I don't even know. So who do we get through that trade? Oh yeah, so Porzingis heads to the Hawks, while George Niang from a second pick will go to Boston. So his name is George's Lyon, whatever his name is. And we get a second round pick. Yeah. And then we got the big guy. We got Terrence Mann. We got George Neck, whatever his name is. I don't know. I forgot his name. But, Porzingis, man. Look, people are going to be upset about the whole Porzingis trade, but honestly, he had injuries. Does he actually play? I mean, he's great and all. I mean, my memory of him, Game 1, NBA Finals, against the Mavericks, he went ham. Game 1, Game 1, he was coming back from a knee or an ankle injury, and he was shooting threes. He was blocking shots. I mean, he's a great player, but I mean, like, we got rid of him because I think of the injuries. Obviously, Drew Holiday was dealing with some injuries. But man, I want to give a huge shout out to Drew Holiday, Kristaps Porzingis, and Luke Cornett. Thank you guys for so much for what you guys have done for this team. Losing Derek White and Jaylen Brown. If that's the case, I mean, they haven't been traded yet. Jaylen Brown and Derek White hasn't been traded yet. But I mean, if they do, it's going to be a deep blow. Who knows? I mean, this is just. I mean, it's ridiculous. I mean, we're pulling a Bruins right now, to be honest. The Bruins got rid of most of their players. Obviously. Question is, we already lost Porzingis. We already lost Cornette. We already lost Holiday. The question is, are we going to trade away Derek White and Jaylen Brown? I mean, these guys are such great players, especially Jaylen Brown. Jason Tatum, like I said, that injury was just scarce. There's rumors that he might not return next season. Was it I think it was Achilles tear injury that Jason Tatum had. But who knows? But but they did what they could this season. Obviously they fell short to the Knicks. Like I said, the Knicks, they got a hell of a fucking team, man. I mean, they showed up. They did their job. So, I mean, the Celtics had that series. Like I said, that game 1 and 2 in Boston. We choked leads. That just hurt. That's just what hurts about the series, in my own opinion. But man, the Knicks showed up, but then the Thunder, man. The Thunder had the best record in the league, and they won the championship. How ideal is that? The Celtics getting the best records last season, and they won. But the Knicks, excuse me. Honestly, the Knicks are a hell of a team. I mean, they showed why their team. I mean, Karl Anthony Towns was killing us in the paint in that series. Jalen Brunson, man, absolute beast. Nothing but respect for him. New York is happy to have him. Jalen Brunson is a beast. Bridges, Hart, Robinson, that's just that. And the Thunder, man, they won the championship. I believe, yeah, they, OKC Thunder, had a hell of a team too. It went 7 games, man. They went 7 games. That's just that. They had a hell of a team, Alexander Williams, Jalen Williams, Holgrid. They got a hell of a squad there, man, in OKC. So that's just that. But the Celtics, man, until next season, obviously, off-season is not over. Like I said, Jaylen Brown and Derek White might get traded. We never know. But anyways, not going to talk too much about the Celtics. I haven't done the Celtics video in like forever. But yeah, I wanted to get this video done. But anyways, my name is Bruin Steel. Thank you guys for watching. That's just that. I love what the Celtics been doing. Obviously we have to see if they are still a team. I mean, they can still win games without Holiday. I know Holiday, still, I know Holiday was out for a bit, and then we still won. I mean, Joe Mazzulla has been doing a great job coaching this team. I love Joe. I mean, Joe Mazzulla is doing great coaching this Celtics team. I mean, the Knicks were, like I said, going back to that playoff loss. We were, that's just that. But man, the Eastern Conference Finals in that playoff, the Cleveland Cavaliers, they were probably one of the worst number 1 seed I've ever seen. I think the Pacers beat them. Yeah, the top 2 seed, the Cavaliers, Celtics, they all lost to the number 3 and 4 seed. So that's just that. But anyways, I'm out of here. Thank you guys for watching. Like, subscribe, comment, and see you guys later.